It's an unusual opportunity to be talking to Nikki today. Nikki is an unusual fashion designer. She has already started her own business, and she is still very young. Yeah, really. Let's look at her experience, how she managed to start her own business, and how she is trying to cope with the fashion world. Nikki, could you please introduce yourself and what do you do for business?
Hi, everybody. My name is Nikki. Um, my name is Letitia Young, but I go by Nikki. I am a fashion designer. I'm self-taught. Um, I learned through watching YouTube videos. um, I started the business 2 years ago in 2018 um, because I fell in love with doing making stuff with my hands. I've always loved doing that. I started initially going to school for interior design. I realized quickly that it wasn't a big market for that. So I decided to switch to fashion because I have an aunt who makes all her clothes, and I just love the clothes that she made, and I wanted to do the same thing. So she kind of inspired me to get into the fashion industry.
Awesome, Nikki. So my question is, was it a difficult decision to enter this world?
It wasn't a difficult decision. It was more of making time for it. Because you can decide to do something, but if you don't make time to actually do it, then it'll never get done.
What do you mean by learning how to do it? What exactly do you need to learn, as you can see, or from your own point of view?
Um, well, I had to learn how to be a business owner. One, because I've been working since I was 16. So to go from, a worker mindset of somebody telling you what to do all the time and to transition into, a business mind where you got to start telling people what you need done and you got to have discipline. I'm telling you, discipline. You gotta have lots of discipline to, just get up and work in your field or whatever field you choose. Because it's easy to just, lay in the bed all day and just say I'm not gonna do nothing today. So you gotta really push yourself to get out here to talk to people, promote yourself, and talking to people has always been one of my biggest weakness. So that is something that I'm trying to overcome while also promoting the business. So it has been very challenging for me. And I feel like that is the thing that is really holding me back from being where I actually want to be is my lack of communication skills.
What's your plan to overcome this challenge?
Um, well, I have a podcast that I do every Saturday. It's called The Truth. Um, I do that. I feel like that's helping me, you know, get comfortable with speaking. I also been reading this book it's called How to Start a Conversation and Make Friends. That has helped me with, just how to start a conversation because most of the time that is my thing. I look at people, I want to talk to them, and I'm just like, what do I supposed to say? Like, I don't know this person, so what am I not supposed to say to actually, spark a conversation? So I've been reading that book to also help me.
How many times, let's say, have you had a difficult time?
Um, this has been like an ongoing thing all my life. Um, I was basically a mute in school. So I didn't start really talking until I got to college. But recently, since I've been like reading the books and doing my podcast, it has become a little easier to talk to people. I still don't know what to say most of the time, so I at least just say hi, just to break the ice. If they want to talk to me, cool, but I'm just say hi and keep it moving.
Yeah, that's so good. And how do you balance your own or personal life with your business life?
Ooh, it is difficult. I am still learning how to balance it because I also homeschool my daughter. So I have to like make stuff for my in my business. I have to learn stuff so that my business can keep growing, and I have to teach her and also entertain her because she's like, I'm bored. We always in the house. So it's been very difficult trying to balance all those things. It's like I have to be 10 people in one body. So it's very difficult. I've been trying to figure out how to implement a schedule to help me, but just not sure how to structure the schedule just yet.
Let me ask you a difficult question. Do you think that life has been unfair to you?
uh, um, that is a difficult question.
Okay.
um, I would say yes, but nothing is promised to any of us. So none of us is promised to have a good life. So I'm just happy that um God helped me to overcome a lot of my difficult times, and I learned from the situation, and because I learned through those difficult situations, now I'm able to help other people through my podcast and people I meet every day. If they're going through similar situations, I can help them now. Like, I went through the same thing, and this is what I did, and this is how what helped me. you know People can choose to take the advice or not, but at least I'm able to help somebody if they want to take the advice.
Awesome.
So before I would say yes, but now um I say no. I'm blessed because um God didn't have to choose me to go through those situations to be able to help people, but he did. And so I take it as he saw that I was strong enough to overcome it and to be a service to him.
Awesome, Nikki. Okay. So my question is, now you have been dealing with and reacting to challenges or difficult situations. Do you think now you are dealing with these situations in the same way you dealt with them 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and so on?
No, definitely not. I have a lot more wisdom now. So I don't handle things like I used to. Like, most of the time when I came to a difficult situation, I would run from it. I would try to figure out how to run away and get away from it so I don't have to deal with it. But now I have been dealing with my problems, no matter how difficult they are, is I've been dealing with them, and I've been finding out different ways to deal with it. If it's something I lack educational wise, then that forces me to go and do research and to learn so I can know how to fight it and, you know, overcome it.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's get back to your business. How do you select your styles?
I select styles through I might see something that I like and then I might add my own little twist to it. Um and then sometimes I have like dreams about different garments and I'll wake up and sketch it and go from there.
Don't you deal with the matter of how you choose your styles in a business way, like doing some research on the market, what they need, doing surveys or asking people?
Um A little. I recently started asking, I guess, the people on my social media about different types of lingerie that they might like to buy or, you know, be interested in buying. Um, I know that's a big part of marketing. It helps. But you know, I've never known anything about marketing. So this is all new to me. And before I would just make stuff and whoever liked it, I would just, you know, sell it to them. So recently I have started, you know, asking people on my social media what is stuff that they like and what would they like to see on my store to help promote and boost business.
Let me ask you this question. What exactly do you need to put your business in the position that you like?
Mm, I need help. I do need a lot of help because it's just so much I don't know, you know, what to do. I've never owned a business before. I've never even been in like in a manager position to know how to run something. So it's just a lot that I don't know what it takes to go into running a business. So I do need a lot of help as far as, you know, taking pictures cuz I know pictures is a big thing too. If pictures don't look a certain way, people they get scared about, you know, supporting, like am I gonna actually get my, you know, something when I send my money. You know, so it's just like stuff like that, pictures, help marketing, all of that, putting the plan together.
Yeah, in the ideal world, when your business is finally at its best, how do you envision that? What should it look like?
um well, what I envision is my business being, you know, domestic and international, you know, stores everywhere, at least one in each state. I want to have my own warehouse where I do my shipping, but I also have a warehouse that produces my garments. I want one in the United States and one overseas to help cut shipping costs down. But they are produced like mostly the same things. I just want to be able to help people. So if I can help people with jobs, whatever, if that's what I want to use my business to help people. I want to help women that are, you know, in similar situations as me, open up more like 24-hour daycares because I just feel like it's too many single parents out here and not everybody works between the hours of 9 to 5. So it just seemed like it'd be, you know, more reasonable, that it's more 24-hour daycares to assist with people. It just makes sense to me, because it's like so many people, they complain about a lot of people not wanting to work, but they're not doing anything to help, you know, accommodate them, to help them get to working. So, you know, I just want to help people as much as I can.
Yeah, fantastic. So let's look at your work in particular. What are the requirements to be a fashion designer, a professional fashion designer, an international fashion designer?
Well, I don't believe there's any requirement to be a fashion designer. If you know how to sew, I think that's the only requirement, is knowing how to sew. If you have, you know, a vision, if you know how to draw, you know, it's easy, but it's not easy, because it does take a lot of patience to sit there and put, you know, garments together. You got to be really good at math, because it's basically like geometry. You doing geometry, so you got to be good at math. Um, to grow to be a professional, you got to be willing to educate yourself. Um, like learning how to do spreadsheets and, you know, reading books. I've never been a big reader, I'm not gonna lie. But where I want to go, I have to read. They say most CEOs read one book every week. I'm not there yet.
Ah.
I'm not there at reading a book every week, but I have been trying to read a different book at least every month.
Yeah, congratulations with that. Okay. So let's get to your customers. How do you attract your customers?
Um, Most of my customers are people that I've known for a long time. Um, I have been trying to work on expanding to find new customers. And what I've been doing is working on becoming an influencer. I'm working with somebody now. He's trying to help me grow my business. So he was telling me that I need to work on becoming an influencer in order to gain customers of people that, you know, that I don't really know. Um, to me, it's kind of difficult because, like I said, I'm an introvert. I'm not really good at communicating with people, so I have to. I feel like I have to become something that I'm not, and it's kind of hard to know how to be something that you've never done. So that's what I'm working on.
Yeah, that's awesome. So the next question is, how does fashion change over time?
Um, I don't really feel fashion changes. It's like what they say, what goes around comes back around. It's just like you have these, I don't know if it's, I don't know how many sets it is, but you have these, I want to say four. You got like four basic styles. And it just seemed like each generation they choose from them four basic styles, like where they want to, you know, which style they want to use for that generation. Just like, I want to say the style that's out now, I feel like that's kind of like the 1920s feel I get like right about now. But it's like they tweaked it a little bit to make it look kind of futuristic. So I just feel like it's just, you know, some basic styles, and each generation just tweaks it a little bit to make it them.
What are these four basic styles?
Um, um, that is difficult for me to describe. Um, okay, so I believe um, the different styles of fashion is basically about how it fits the body. Um, like the 70s was kind of like a fit and flare type thing. And then you got this look here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like real baggy. So it's you got stuff that's real baggy, or you got it's kind of tight in some areas, loose in other ones, or you got stuff that's it's just really tight all over. Um, and then like in the 1800s, it was just like women only wore dresses, but it was tight at the top and it was loose at the bottom to give them a certain shape. Every woman wanted that hourglass shape. So they wore clothes to always give them that shape. So it just, fashion to me is just depending on what type of shape people are looking for and how they want to feel in their clothes. So now the big trend is everybody wants to be healthy and they want to feel good in their clothes. So a lot of companies are making garments that are stretchy so that it is form fitting to your body, but it also feels good and you can move in it and you know actually do everyday activities in it. So it fashion depends on the people and what they're looking for.
Yeah, that's amazing. Let's go to your design. What is your signature design?
I don't have one yet. I can say that I don't have a signature. Well, I guess most people when they think about me, they think African print because I do use a lot of African print, but I mix it with like solid colors to make it look more modern. But I do like a lot of print and patterns. So most of the time I do use African print because that's where I get both of the combination of pattern and colors that I really like. So I guess you can say African print is my signature.
When would you be able to pitch your own signature brand?
When will I be able to?
Yeah, advertise your own brand.
Um, I'm working on that now. Um, I've been making a lot of, you know, handbags and trying to, and I've been putting my logo on there so people can start getting used to seeing my logo. Um, it's kind of hard when you're on the budget to really just, you know, fully create a signature. But I've been trying slowly. Different little pieces, just adding a piece of me in there.
Yeah, that's fantastic. How do you work with different body types?
Um, I don't have a lot of experience with working with different body types. Um, but recently, I've been having some health issues, which caused me to gain a lot of weight. So that has helped me with learning like what works for certain body types. Um, Also, it has brought an awareness to me about like the structure of uh, how you make certain things. Um, I noticed when like creating like bras, for example, for a woman with bigger chests, you know, you got to have more sturdy, you know, structure to it, or you know, it won't hold the way you want it to hold. And I've noticed a lot with certain companies, they don't think about that when creating for plus size people. Um, they make everything the same as if you know it was for a smaller person, but they just add more fabric to it. But it doesn't hold and look the same as it does on that smaller person. So I just feel like there has to be an adjustment in how companies design for plus size people, because we want to feel sexy too without, you know, people body shaming us. And it's kind of hard when companies don't cater to our curves in a way that it helps attenuate, you know, our curves instead of making them look, you know, less pleasing to the eye.
Yeah, that's a good thinking. Why don't you like, let's say, direct more of your products to this idea, like you cater to people with certain needs?
Hmm. What's the question again? I can't hear you. Um, right now it's mainly because of funding. So I've been working on funding so that I can be able to um, hire the people that I need to hire to help me, you know, target those customers, but also put the product together. Because, like I said, I am a self-taught designer, so I my knowledge is limited. Um, I don't know how to make patterns at the moment, so I basically buy patterns and I tweak them to look like the drawings that I put together. So it's just a lot that I don't know in order to, I know what I want, but I don't know how to put it together at the moment. So it's about, you know, getting the funds and hiring people to help me bring that to life
Yeah, that's a great plan.
and to be able to like mass produce it.
One day you will.
Yes, I
Yeah,
will.
yeah. So the question is, what tools and equipment do you use?
Um, I have a basic sewing machine over here. Well, it's a heavy duty one. I have a serger. Um, got some needles, but really, all you need is a sewing machine and an iron, because that's what you do most of the time. You're just sewing, and you have to iron a lot. I've never ironed so much in my life until I decided to become a fashion designer. And then I realized how much ironing you have to do. And it's like if you don't iron, you know, properly, then the garment won't come out the way you want it to look. So ironing and sewing machine, that's what you need. What you need.
Yeah. What are the differences between the materials that you use?
Um, I mainly use cotton. And sometimes I use like spandex. Cotton I use that because most of the African print that I buy, it comes in cotton. So that's why I use cotton a lot. I tried to add in some spandex material because the cotton doesn't really stretch. So if I add in the spandex, it'll give me the look. The cotton give me the look that I want, and the spandex will be able to it would fit the person better. It give like a more form fitting, and it'll feel good. You can feel like you can move it out. It tearing basically. They also have like sheer. I like to use that sometimes. Sheer is just sexy. It's like, especially when you use color, like colorful sheer, because it's like you can see through it, but if you add something underneath it in certain spots, you can still like cover up. So sheer is like, it says sexy to me. So I like to add it to make, give that sexy look.
Nikki, could you please show an example of how you design a dress?
Okay, so I start with a vision, or basically a vision, and then I add it to paper. Can you see that? So after I come up with what I want in my head, I add it to paper, and then from there I buy a basic pattern that I feel would give me basically the style that I want, and then from there I tweak the pattern to make it exactly how I want it. Like with the pointy shoulders, you have to make the shoulder a little bigger than normal, and then kind of add some interfacing so that it will stand up. So it all starts with a vision. You got to have the vision first, and from there it's just about bringing it to life, making it 3D.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Vicky. Nikki? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, what else would you like to say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What else would you like to say?
Okay. I would like to say that for anybody that wants to start a business or want to get in the fashion industry, be prepared to put in the hard work, but the hard work is worth it. Life is too short to do what you love. And I just feel like everybody should at least get one chance to at least try to do what they love. If it works out, then it doesn't work out. You can at least say, I tried. But I feel like everybody should at least try to do what they love.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. It has been a great opportunity hearing from you and about your business and about your ideas and opinions about how fashion works. We really appreciate your time and your great input. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.